This is Chapter 4, Part 2, and to back up a second, you've just saved your work. We are on page 84, and it tells you to click the column and the beach layer to make it visible. So make that beach layer visible. And then number 2 says, select the beach layer in the Layers panel and choose Edit Free Transform. Edit Free Transform. Now we've got some little handles all around the outside of this box that we can move around. Press Shift as you drag a corner handle inward to scale the beach photo down about 50%. Watch the width and the height percentages in the options bar. Press and hold Shift, and we're going to drag in. Holding Shift constrains your proportions so that this picture does not get out of proportion. With the bounding box still active, position the pointer just outside of the corner handle until it becomes a curved double arrow. Drag clockwise to rotate the beach layer approximately 15 degrees. You can also enter 15 in the set rotation box in the options bar. So you're going to click this and you're going to drag this until it says 15. 15.14. That's okay too. Or you can highlight it and type 15. Click the Commit Transform button in the options bar. And I'm just noticing that my picture does not look like the picture in the book. I didn't shrink it enough. So I'm going to go to Edit and do Free Transform. And I'm back to here where I can redo my transformations. So I'm going to go to Edit again, Free Transform, and then I'm going to click and drag, hit Shift. I want to drag it to about 50%. So look at the height and width. Notice they're the same. And I'm going to go to 50%, 50.93. Good enough. Now we're going to rotate it over, that double arrow, until this says 15%. Okay. And commit. And then now we're going to make this look like the book. We're in our Move tool, so we're going to drag this up and over to the side a little. Okay. Make the flower layer visible. Here's your flower layer. Select the Move tool and drag the beach photo so that the corner is tucked neatly beneath the illustration. So I've kind of already done that. So what they're saying is your image was probably here, and they want it to be about right here. Give or take a little bit. It's okay if yours is slightly different. Choose File, Save. Number 1 on page 85, in the Layers panel, select the background layer to make it active. And then click Create a New Layer button at the bottom of the layer panel. The reason why they wanted you to click the background layer first before clicking right here is because this is where they want you to position a new layer. Anytime you click on a layer and then create a new layer, that layer is going to appear above the layer that you're currently on. Double click it and type clouds. Press Enter or Return to name the layer. We're on page 86. In the Tool panel, click the Foreground Color Swatch. Here's your Tool panel. I've got a lot of questions. Where's my Tool panel? This is your Tool panel. These are all panels. This is your Tool panel. This is your foreground. This is your background. We need to double click the Foreground Swatch. And then it wants you to choose a light blue. So you can click inside of here and drag to find the basic color set that you want. And then once you find the basic color set, you can go light or dark depending on that color set. So I can choose just a basic color, or you can type in the values that they have listed for you. The values that they have listed for you is a red 48, which coincidentally I have the same one. For green they have 138, coincidentally I have 139, that's really weird. And 174 for black, or blue. 174. Okay, so their color is a little bit more gray grayish than mine. And hit OK. So now you have blue as the foreground and white as the background, which is what they want. With the clouds layer still active, you're going to choose Filter and Render and Clouds. We've got clouds in the background. Choose File Save. And you're on number 1 on the bottom of page 86. If Photoshop fills your monitor, reduce the size of the Photoshop window. So in Windows, you can click the Restore button in the upper right corner and then drag the lower right corner of the Photoshop window to make it smaller. You can also just click and drag and make it smaller. Okay, they want you to make this window a little bit smaller. In Photoshop, select the Pineapple Copy layer in the Layers panel to make it active. Pineapple Copy. In Explorer, if you have Windows, navigate to the Lessons folder you downloaded from the Peach Pit web. Well, you didn't download it, I downloaded it for you. Then navigate to the Lessons 4 folder. So what they want you to do, I'm going to move mine over, is they want you to go to your File Explorer. Okay, so here's your File Explorer. I'm going to move this over so you can see it. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the G drive, Computer Graphics, Photoshop Book Tutorials, Lesson 4, and they want you to go to okay. Select Flower 2 and drag it from the Explorer or the Finder onto your image. So we're going to go to Flower 2 and we're going to take this file and we're going to drag it over and drop it. And I'm going to move this back over so you can see the image better. Position Flower 2 layer in the lower left corner of the postcard so that about half of the top of the flower is visible. Click Commit Transform button in the options bar to accept. Alright. Make the Hawaii layer visible again. You'll add text just below this layer and apply special effects to the layer. Choose Select, Deselect so that no layers are selected. Select, Deselect, and I don't have any layers selected, so I'm okay. I know I don't because nothing's highlighted. Okay. In the Tool panel, select the Horizontal Type tool. Then choose Window Character to open your character panel. Do the following in the character panel. Select the serif font. So the type of serif font that your book is actually using is Birch Standard. We can click on it. If you're having a hard time finding it, remember that all of these fonts are alphabetical order. So scroll up until you get to Birch Standard. Select the font style and choose Regular. Select a large font size, 36. So I'm going to type 36 right here. Select a large tracking value. So we're going to type right here where it says VA, we're going to type 250. Click the color swatch, select the shade of grassy green in the color picker, and then click OK. So grassy green. Scroll right down until we get to grassy green. And ours will differ, vary, so it's okay. Click faux bold, which is this is bold because it's bigger, so click faux bold. Click all caps, double T's, means all caps. Select crisp from the anti-alias menu. So that is, let's see if I can find it. Right here. See the double A, that's anti-alias, AA, and we're going to type crisp. And then click just below the H in the word Hawaii and type Island Paradise. Then click the Commit Any Current Edits button in the options bar. So we'll click right here and we're going to type Island Paradise. It's okay that mine's going off the page. And then click Commit. Mine went off the page. I'll tell you why mine's going off the page. It's because when I started typing when I have my center text button selected. Most of you probably have the center align. So if I click on that, that'll align the text to wherever I started. So now we can go back and click that Move tool and recenter it if you need to recenter it. Okay, I'm turning the page. And it looks like I already did what they told you to do on page 90, number 5, which is to center the Hawaii text. Select the Hawaii layer in the Layers panel to make it active. Right-click or Control-click if you have a Mac in the thumbnail of the Hawaii layer and choose Select Pixels. Okay, thumbnails. Lots of people in my class do not know what a thumbnail is. A thumbnail is a small picture. This is a thumbnail, this is a thumbnail. When it tells you to right-click, you're going to get a different menu if you right-click on the thumbnail as opposed to the layer. Right-click on the layer, you have all of these options. You're not going to see the options that we want. Right-click on the thumbnail, and you have different options. Okay, so you have to right-click on this thumbnail. And you're going to choose Select Pixels. Okay. Page 91, in the Tool panel, select the Gradient tool. Click the Foreground Color swatch in the Tool panel and select a bright shade of orange. Scroll down to your oranges. Go down a little bit more, get a nice bright shade. There's my new color. Hit OK. The background color should still be white. Here's your background color. It should still be white. If it's not, you can click on that background color and then choose a different background color. In the options bar, make sure that the linear gradient is selected. So we'll come over here to your options bar, and then right here is your linear gradient, and it's selected. Okay, so in the options bar now we're going to click the arrow next to the gradient editor box to open the gradient slider. Select the foreground to background color swatch. So if you hover over these different things, you can see that they have names. And the first one is the foreground to background. That's the one that you're going to use the most. Click anywhere outside the window to close that.